Why, hello there, my fellow agents. What's up? It's Robbie with Open World Games, and we have some brand new details about the base of operations. Can we expect dynamic seasons from the game's weather, the in-narrative, and so much more, so let's dive straight in. So we'll start off with the most important bit of information. That is going to be about none other than the base of operations. So I think a lot of us are very curious on exactly how this will work in the game. We already know that we will be seeing a medical wing, armory, and an assortment of facilities to upgrade it. Now, it used to be that the base of operations was an optional side activity separated from the rest of the happenings in Tom Clancy The Division. Now, according to Associate Creative Director Julian Garrity, the base of operations is now a center focal point to the game's progress. It also acts as a natural home for players. And these little details were spilled from IGN's first interview with Creative Director Julian Garrity. Now that sounds like really good news. You really want a reason to go to your base of operations. You do not want something so big, something so important to be separated from the rest of the game. In fact, I really do hope in some ways they do something similar with Assassin's Creed down the line, where it is sort of a mandatory thing. That would be pretty cool to see. Now, Garrity was asked about raids, but did not confirm their existence, only stating that the in-game will be about high difficulties and competing against other players for equipment in the Dark Zone. Now, since your Dark Zone rank fluctuates unlike your normal rank, keeping a certain level will become very addicting, I would imagine, especially as more rare content is added to higher ranked Dark Zone vendors. So you're going to always want to grab the next best weapon, but I think it probably would be locked to a high ranked Dark Zone vendor. Interestingly, in a previous and official UB blog from years back, it was stated to expect 8 player events or raids in the game. Now, remember that was years ago, so things could have changed over the time of development. So we will see if those actually make it into the game. Let me know if you guys want to see something like 8 player raids or something like that. When you get into changing the player count, you can really convolute the game a little bit. I honestly would want it to be a game where you can jump into absolutely any event, solo play, with 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, through matchmaking or whatever. It doesn't have to be where you invite people like Destiny. I want to be able to play all of the content freely, unlike Destiny's raids. Now, Garrity goes on to describe some interesting details about missions. When asked about the RPG nature of the game, he went on to say that players may face challenges which will require you to adapt and use long-range weapons, or perhaps you may have to become a healer on your team. All of these will be important to succeeding, especially on the more challenging late game missions. So it's fantastic to hear that you will have to really adapt as you play the Division. I think that will keep it very, very fresh. Now, also when asked about the in-game in terms of the actual story, Garrity said the story is very open in nature with a non-linear structure. I expect most of it to be explained through those echoes. Now, of course, I think it's likely a lot of players will ignore the story altogether, but he does confirm that there is a narrative conclusion. Now, I do have some speculation on this one. I think the virus will actually spread and jump the border of New York City and go even further. Maybe this game will have a bad ending simply because I think they will want to continue the franchise, and what a better way of doing that than to have the virus spread. Also, will we be seeing seasons in the game, like a transition from winter to spring and so on? This has been confirmed not to be in the game, but the winter season will be the centerpiece here and will offer a wide variety of weather conditions. And don't forget about the day-night cycle. So there you guys have it, the latest happenings around Tom Clancy The Division. So excited for the beta. We are now fast approaching 2016. And by the way, I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas or whatever you guys are celebrating over there. Now, I know that that may not be the case for all of us. Some of us have it rough. I know that personally, so do not worry. I've been there, but I do hope you guys are hanging in there and enjoying your holidays to some extent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more open world gaming goodness and, of course, Tom Clancy The Division. And I hope to see you guys soon enough in mid-crisis New York City. See you guys then.